We are very excited to know the game's on Game Pass. We are optimistic to get the ultimate game. Let's have a discussion on games coming to Xbox games. Number 1. Halo Infinite. One of the best games coming to the Xbox game is Halo Infinite. This game is an FPS game that will be released for Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and Series S. The Game Pass holder will get to enjoy this action-adventure game first somewhere in 2021. The exact release date has not been finalized yet. The game will continue from where it ended in Halo 5, Guardians, with the protagonist, Master Chief. The hero returns for an epic adventure to save humanity from despair. Here the protagonist will be the center focus, unlike the previous Halo games. 4 game developers are working on the project. The 343 Industries-led team with assistance from Skybox Labs, Ubisoft, and Certain Affinity. Number 2. Hello Neighbor 2. Hello Neighbor is going to have a successor in 2021 for the Xbox Series and PC called Hello Neighbor 2. The first game of the series had a good storyline, yet it failed to secure the funds. Despite the fact, Eerie Guest Studios decided to go for the sequel. The game somehow attracted all the gamers on Steam and YouTube and soon became the lead wish-listed game on Steam, and everyone is expecting a lot. A pre-sequel had been released for the game community to look inside the PC Xbox Game Pass S.T.A.L.K.E.R. The storyline of Hello Neighbor goes like this: a child lives in the neighborhood with a creepy man who locks his basement door violently. The child gets curious, and as a result, now the man is after him. Hello Neighbor 2 continues from where the first game ended. It is a direct sequel. Though the first Hello Neighbor game was a little junky, the new one looked so far so good. Number 3. Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 is a platform video game that is going to be released in 2021. The game is under development by Double Fine. The Psychonauts 2 was announced 5 years ago at the Game Awards 2015 ceremony. The developers had the desire to make a sequel of Psychonauts, but the cost of making a game was high, and that is why it took this much time. Psychonauts 2 was thought to be a third-person platform game, just like the previous one. The gamer will be in control of the lead player, whereas it is a newly graduated with Psychonauts. The game has the abilities of a psychic along with levitation, telekinesis, and pyrokinesis. The game will continue from where it closed on the previous Psychonauts, in the Rhombus of Ruin. It is hoped to be one of the Game Pass the best games in 2021 after its predecessor's commercial failure. Number 4. The Gunk. The Gunk is going to be the best adventure game released on the Xbox Game Pass in 2021. All are eagerly waiting for the Xbox new games. It is developed by the renowned company Image Inform Games. The game is set in a space age, and the game's focus is to gritty space haulers. It is a third-person action game. The leading duo is trying to make money on a new planet that is full of life. Through the journey as space haulers, they soon understand that they have to protect and save the planet from the curse of a corruptive gunk parasite and keep themselves away from the gunk. Number 5. Dusk Falls. As we know, Dusk Falls is one of the best Xbox Game Pass PC games from our list. Xbox has officially published the trailer, and the game is under development now. It is rumored to be an interactive drama that will explore the lives of 2 mixed-town families. The story is set in a small town in Arizona, USA. The game kicks off with a robbery that went wrong in 1999. Your choice as a character in the game will decide the future of the families. It is a game of life, trust, betrayal, and drama. Number 6. Avowed. Obsidian Entertainment published the reveal trailer of Avowed on July 23 this year. This role-playing game is expected to be released next year, but the publishers have made no official statement. Obsidian is famous for its classic Western-style games, and, indeed, Avowed is also going to be a hit rebounds per game. Information about this game is very little. So far we can assume it is going to be a fantasy rebounds per game. The game is going to be plotted in Obsidian's Pillars of Eternity series. The game is expected to be available for the Xbox Series and PC. Number 7. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Have you ever wished to sit in the cockpit of a plane and fly through the air? Well, I did. That is why I enjoyed playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. The simulator game lets you play as a pilot of a massive jet and experience real-life-like scenarios. The PC version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 has been released on August 18, 2020, but the Xbox version is yet to come. We expect the Xbox version may be available in early 2021. The first Microsoft Flight Simulator was released 37 years ago, 1982. The Sky is Calling as Microsoft advertises it. It comes with 4K resolution and HDR. The sounds and environment are similar to the real world. You can hook up a rig and fly the planes in the sky, virtually. Number 8. Elder Scrolls V. The bombshell of news this year was Microsoft bought Bethesda for $7.5 billion. Bethesda is the developer that is working on Elder Scrolls V. So, it is now somewhat confirmed that the Elder Scrolls V is likely to be available for Xbox Series 10 and 10 box Game Pass games PC exclusive. The trailer of the game was dropped at E3 2018. It was likely to be released this year, but the pandemic pushed away from the release date somewhere in 2021. You were not able to get a hold of the proper gameplay of Elder Scrolls V. We can assume that it will be a third-person action role-playing game like the previous version. It may have better gameplay and a great soundtrack. It is excellent to there are separation of weapons and some new features. So far, we could gather this much information about the game. Number 9. Everwild. Everwild is going to be another one of the best upcoming adventure Game Pass games next year. The game is under development by Rare. Unique and unforgettable experiences await in a natural and magical world, as stated by the Xbox website. So far, we can assume that the world of Everwild is going to be beautiful and mysterious. This mystery adventure from the British studio Rare will be a hit among the upcoming new Game Pass games. The studio was founded in 1985 by the Stamper brothers and is now owned by Microsoft. The trailer is a work of art. Every single frame can be printed and can be hung in any museum. The beauty around us truly inspires it. The game is expected to release between 2021 and 2022. Number 10. State of Decay 3. Viewers were blown away and shocked with the creepy and gruesome trailer of the zombie survival Game Pass new upcoming game State of Decay 3. The glimpse of the game via the trailer was terrifying, and gamers like me can't wait to get our hands on a copy of the State of Decay 3. The game is officially announced, but the release date has not been finalized yet. We can consider it as one of the best upcoming Xbox Game Pass PC games of our list. In the reveal trailer, we see a woman sitting alone by the campfire on a snowy night. She scares a wolf and then follows the blood trail of the same wolf. And suddenly, she became the food of a zombie deer. This game is how terrifying the trailer was. State of Decay 2 was released in 2018, and since then, gamers were waiting for a sequel. And the trailer brings good news to the fans as the third version may soon be available. Number 11. Fable VI. Another game that I am excited about is the fourth episode of the Fable series. Microsoft officially announced it on the last July 23rd Xbox Games Showcase event. It is likely to be released later in 2021 or the beginning of 2022. The game has a new developer different from the previous one, Playground Games. Playground Games have brought massive hit games like Forza Horizon to our console. The game will have all the swords, magic, Albion, and new edition very similar to previous versions. Let us see what Playground Games has in store for us in the Xbox Game Pass upcoming games. Number 12. Forza Motorsport 8. Microsoft officially announced Forza Motorsport 8 on the latest Xbox Games Showcase. A cinematic trailer was revealed in the game. This simulation racing game has won many gamers' hearts. Forza Motorsport started its journey on the roadway back in 2005 on the Xbox. After that, it has been available for Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the latest version of Forza Motorsport is expected to be available on Xbox Series X. The Forza Motorsport 8 may have a high configuration with 4K resolution and 120 FPS along with ray tracing. Number 13. Scorn. Scorn is an upcoming Xbox game for the Xbox Series X console. Software develops this survival horror game. The game is expected to be out in early 2021. In the game, the player controls a humanoid who is lost in a world of terror, dead creatures, and macabre tapestry. The gamers will get to enjoy different regions and explore them. The players will be equipped with 2 weapons. It is a fight for survival, and everything is fair when it comes to living an extra day. Number 14. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. The first-person survival game S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is finally on its way to the production line after many rumors. The game fandom was waiting for the bleak atmosphere, horrifying monsters, and gruesome combat of S.T.A.L.K.E.R as the game was announced in 2010, and it took nearly a decade to put things in motion finally. Number 15. Starfield. Starfield is going to be the first original role-playing game from Bethesda in 25 years. The game is set in space, and there is a lot to explore. This upcoming Xbox sci-fi game is going to drop everyone's jaws. We can assume that from the trailer of the game. We don't know much about the game actually as it is still in progress, but we know it will be an epic journey in space.